She has her headphones on, so she can't hear me saying this to her yet again. Monkey, I told you we're going up to work. Can you go up to Hannah? I'll go right there. But good luck to us all. Good luck to us all. Okay.
Oh, hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
The other day, someone said to me, I feel like you're always getting out of the shower at these. And I was like, that's because I am.
Daisy, no.
Down. Crazy. Down. I mean, if she's being quiet. Whatever you say, it's you know what? If she's going to stand up there and be quiet.
Fine.
A win is a win.
It's great.
A win is a win.
It's great.
A win is a win. One of Daisy's current favorite things to do is to remove all of my dad's sticky stuff, like the earthquake wax, from underneath his collectibles, because she thinks she's helping.
And she likes the feel of it.
And she likes the feel of it. And then likes to stick it to literally everything else. Literally everything else. So that's our life. How are you doing? Yes, last Sunday was A, the Oscars, B, my parents' anniversary, and Leonard got some stitches and was recovering from them. I have to say, between you and Mommy, friggin' magic. You've healed so well. You can't even see it. You wouldn't even know it was there.
I had 7 stitches.
Crazy.
On my eyelid and just above my eyelid.
You would never know. You would really, really never know. You and Mommy, I don't know whose blood you're drinking, but it's going well for you, because I swear.
Whatever works.
Cannot see a damn thing.
Whatever works.
It's William Shatner is 95 today. And a lot of people are posting about that because,
Bless him.
Why not?
Bless him.
95. Wow. It is amazing,
3 years ago, when he was a mere 92, he met Daisy.
He did. That is true. And they were very funny together.
That was in San Diego.
Yep, that was a Comic-Con. And I held her up and he said, "Hello, Daisy. I'm Bill." And Daisy, who could not speak or walk at that point, was like, rah, 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 rah. But I have a great picture and a very happy memory from that.
Yes.
Nick's saying, "How are you feeling now, Leonard?"
I'm feeling fine.
He's feeling fine.
Thanks for asking.
He promises he's not going to. I'm just looking at this book. See, again, the hardest thing about having a small human being in our household is that logically, when there are books, a child's interest in the books are great, right? Look at that face, right?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So how great is it that she wants to look at those books? The problem is, many of them are older and some of them are fragile in their elderliness. And my dad is afraid, lives in fear of her wrecking them. So yeah, that's where we find ourselves, is him looking panicked. So between the books that are in fact books, but she's not supposed to touch them, and the toys that are toys, but you're not supposed to touch them, it can be a little confusing. And I feel that that's fair.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is fair, but a little hair raising.
Little hairs. Not minimally hair.
I try to be laid back about
I think you are. I think you are.
I really try to be laid back.
I think all things considered.
Our house is jam-packed with collectibles.
Yes.
Old and newer.
Yes.
Both. But I try to be, try to take the long view.
Mm-hmm. But and as far as you remember, but I did not touch a lot of stuff as a child.
No,
apparently,
you were pretty good.
Apparently,
very good.
I was. I guess I was trained immediately. I don't know how it happened, but yeah, I really didn't break things. So there's that.
No, you were not destructive.
I was not a destructive child, thank goodness. And then, as I always say, you did have toys I was allowed to play with, and that helped.
Yes. As with Daisy.
Yes, I was allowed to play with your Lone Ranger and Tonto toys that were plastic. I was allowed to play with those. I could play with Roy and Dale.
Yep.
Also plastic. It's just finding ways to explain, yes, Daisy, that is a toy, but it's Grandpa's toy. And, again, she's 4. Who the hell knows? James says, hi, Leonard and Jesse from Australia. Hello. The past few weeks, I've been very concerned about the future of Warner Brothers and or Paramount. I fear that they'll suffer the same fate Fox did after Disney bought them. That is a very legitimate fear to have. And we keep saying nobody knows.
But Warner Brothers is so huge.
Yeah.
I don't just mean the physical studio plant.
No.
But I mean, it encompasses so many things, so many facets.
Yeah.
Production, television division, the feature film production
is massive.
The tour.
Yeah.
The archives, the Warner archive that is their source of DVDs and Blu-rays. TCM, of particular interest to us,
is real big.
All of that.
So no, nobody knows what's going to happen. Are we happy about it? Not particularly, but you also just can't. You kind of can't think about it, which I know sounds terrible, but it's like, because nobody knows anything, all you're going to do is stress yourself out. And really, it's just easier to wait and see what the hell happens. I mean, hell, the fact that Netflix fell through, that was a whole big deal on its own. Yes, we did. Patrick is pointing out that Chuck Norris passed away this week. He sure did.
He did at 86.
Which of his films most deserves TV series? None of them.
I was not a fan, but I wasn't a fan. I didn't follow his work too much.
Something I appreciate about him is that he accepted the jokes and was happy to laugh with them. And I think that takes a special kind of person to embrace it and to be willing to play into it, knowing that it makes people happy. So good job, Mr. Norris. Yes, hoping Shatner will live longer and prosper. He doesn't seem to be going anywhere.
Nope.
Alan says, Leonard, you look so good today. Doesn't he just?
Oh, well, that's nice.
Thank you, Alan.
That's very nice to hear.
And 1 second. Try keeping the old Dell comics away from Daisy until she's older, please. I'm forever pulling things away.
I don't have a comic book collection anymore.
No.
I sold them, gave them away, frittered them away.
Yeah.
But I have in more recent years. I mean, I was a big comics reader when I was a kid. My mother even went to a PTA meeting and asked a child psychologist. She was concerned that almost all I read was comic books. I read the funny comic books.
Yeah.
I did read Superman.
Yeah.
The DC Superman comics.
Yeah,
but I never pursued Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
But I read Donald Duck, Uncle Scrooge.
Yeah.
Walt Disney Comics and Stories. Bugs Bunny, Woody Woodpecker, anything funny.
And Jackie was concerned.
Yes. And he said,
Jackie.
He said to her, as long as he's reading.
Right. Well, thanks for that, doctor, at least.
Yes.
At least that was the right answer. Speaking of Lone Ranger, can you imagine what Legend of and/or Disney's reboot would look like as a TV series? I don't want any reboots. None. I want none of them. You?
I'm content with Clayton Moore.
Leave him alone.
And Jay Silverheels.
You don't need him. Leave him alone. Just show him the real thing. Nobody needs. I have yet to see, genuinely, a reboot in recent years that is in any way decent. But also, surely there must be other ideas, right? I mean, look, Yellowstone and all the various spinoffs of Yellowstone. If you're a person who likes cowboys and westerns and whatever, that's doing great.
Yep.
Right? And there are now like 15 different spinoffs from it. Yeah. Watch that. If you want to watch Lone Ranger,
Taylor Sheridan,
just watch Lone Ranger.
He's doing a good job.
He is. He is. No, he's keeping the genre alive, and we appreciate that. So yeah. Otherwise, just watch the friggin' real thing, because why? 1 second. Everybody's upset about the merger. I understand that. Nobody wants the merger. We also understand that. You have not seen The Bride or Wuthering Heights.
No, I'm behind.
Because Alice took a tumble and then Leonard took a tumble right after each other. They're a bit behind movie-wise. But they both promise that they're not going to get hurt anymore, right? right?
Yes.
Though my mother is going to have surgery in a couple of weeks, so that will be an adventure for all of us. And we'll see how that goes. Lord help us. Are you waiting like me for the new Looney Tunes Vault Blu-ray release week? He's not waiting.
I have it, and I thought
He's
I brought
not
it down
waiting.
with me.
He's got it.
I thought I brought it here.
He is very happy. He is a very, very happy man. Thrilled, even.
It's the new from the Vault collection, two disc Blu-ray set for not for kids. It's not for kids, but it's for the grown-up buffs. And,
yeah. Oh boy.
And newbies.
Yeah. Well, it's fun. So you had it at the table, the dinner table 2 nights ago. Okay, honey. God help us. Understood. My dad had the DVD at the table, and Daisy was sort of looking at it, and because she recognizes a lot of the characters not from TV but from our house.
And from my jacket.
And yes, that too. So she's aware, it's like Grandpa has Bugs Bunny stuff. Grandpa has all these. So she doesn't really, I don't think she's seen them very much.
No.
In action, but she's very familiar with the characters because they're all over the house. And downstairs where we are, my dad has this collection that she's destroyed them, but figurines of all, there's like 50 of them.
Yeah.
Of
they
these
were
different
Italian.
Looney Tunes characters. I remember.
They came out.
I remember when the boxes came.
Yeah.
Daddy, do you remember when the boxes came with all of them in there?
This was 20 years ago.
We just kept opening them, and there were more. And then there were more. And then there were more.
And they were not available for sale in the U.S.
Yeah.
But I was able to pull a favor with the man in Warner Brothers Consumer Products.
This is when he calls in favors. These are the favors he calls in for.
This Italian company issued 52 Looney Tunes figurines, perfectly executed.
They're fantastic.
Perfectly sculpted. PVC, which will kill you if you inhale too much of that stuff.
Don't inhale the figurines.
Yeah, and each one came out with a magazine.
Yeah.
Like a profile of Pete Puma or the Dodo Bird.
They're fantastic. They really are. They really,
as well
really
as Bugs
are.
and Daffy and Porky and Wile E. Coyote.
Ken says, wait, you buried the lead. It's okay to read DVDs at the Maltin dinner table? Yes. Many times my dad will have the new things and they'll be sitting there. Our kitchen table is kind of like a hub in the home, and everything kind of ends up on it. And so when it's dinner time, you have to clear it off because he's inevitably got DVDs and books on it. Daisy's put at least 2 or 3 toys on it. So yeah, when he gets new DVDs, we often sit there and look at them together, especially with that, because he was just glued and reading all the titles aloud to my mom. Very excitedly.
It's all the stuff that hasn't come out in other collections.
Yeah. So he's a very, very, very happy camper.
A Sheep in the Deep.
Yes.
A Street Cat named Sylvester.
Just such
wonderful
a title.
title.
Such a good title. We've talked about before, what is interesting is Looney Tunes. Like, Looney Tunes is much funnier for adults than it is for kids. And we've talked about that was in many ways their intention. They weren't necessarily thinking about kids. Whereas not all, but many of the Disney ones are definitely more kid friendly. And they are attracted to them. The Looney Tunes, I think, takes time, and you have to be a little older because so many of the jokes are not funny to kids. So they like looking at the characters, but they don't necessarily fall in love with them. James is asking me if I plan on introducing Daisy to your dad's Disney treasures. I'd love to see her reaction. Yes, one day in the not too distant future, we will show her all of it, all of the things. And we can only hope she likes it. She loves Disney. So, but yeah, the attention span is still minimal. So I don't know. She loves seeing Grandpa on TV. She finds that very exciting. Every now and then she gets to see me on TV, which she finds very exciting. And yeah, so I think watching Grandpa will thrill her. She also doesn't notice aging. I don't know if you've noticed that. She's never said, Grandpa, you're younger or older here.
No. I have a clay sculpture of me.
It's a great one.
Sent to me by a fan
Mm-hmm.
30 years ago.
Yeah, more probably.
35 years ago.
Yeah.
When I was on Entertainment Tonight. And this fan made a wonderful.
Where is your medicine?
I took it.
Oh, good job, you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Made a wonderful figurine of me. It's about
it's not very big,
4 or 5 inches
but
high.
it's fantastic.
And
it's fantastic.
And it's in my office.
Yep.
Visible to her.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it shows me with dark brown hair and dark brown beard.
Mm-hmm.
She has noticed that.
Did she?
Oh yes.
How funny.
Yes, she wonders why.
Because when we look at books and stuff, she's never said,
mm-hmm.
"Hey, who's that guy with the dark hair?" That's very funny.
No, she has noticed that.
That's very funny. Sorry, man. 1 second. Yes, thank you. Yes, my mom's doing all right. Honestly, all things considered, she's just, I've just chained her to the bed so she can't hurt herself. That's all. Sometimes you have to take things into your own hands. And one of those things is apparently attaching my mother to her bed so she can't get hurt. There you go. Victoria says, Leonard doesn't age. He just falls down. Truer words, Victoria, let me tell you.
Yeah.
But again, he promises to stop falling down.
I do. I promise myself.
Yeah. I saw Project Hail Mary yesterday in theaters. A lot of the visuals gave me 2001: A Space Odyssey vibes. You've seen it.
I've seen Project Hail Mary and I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
And I showed it to my class. And we had as our guest Drew Goddard, who wrote the screenplay from the novel by Andy Weir. They collaborated 10 years ago on The Martian.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wonderful film with Matt Damon.
Such a good movie.
But that was directed by Ridley Scott, I think. And this one was directed by Phil Lord and Chris Miller,
who we love.
And I wondered what it was like to write a screenplay and then hand it off to
somebody else.
Somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
He said it was a perfect collaboration. They all know each other. They all like each other. They didn't dismiss him
mm-hmm.
during the shoot.
And I wouldn't think they would.
I wouldn't think
that's
so.
not their way at all. No.
And so he was part of the filmmaking process. He's been on 6 years. He's been on this project altogether.
Wild, isn't it?
And it's a good movie. And Ryan Gosling is so good. He is just so. My partner Guy Davis and I, on our Aussie American podcast, The Movie Guide, just recorded an episode where we went over Ryan Gosling's career,
mm-hmm.
which is pretty amazing.
Yeah,
really, it is. Yeah. Jesse grew up watching him because he, as a kid, was on the rebooted.
What did you ask me the other day?
Mickey Mouse Club.
What did you ask me the other day because of that episode? Is it okay that I tell people how old you are?
Yeah.
I said, yeah, that's okay. It's fine. I'm going to be 40 this year. And bless my dad. He was just like, is that okay? Yes, of course it's okay. We believe in aging in this house. I'm all for it. Speaking of which, though, and it does go into it, Alan is just mentioning if I was aware that The Man Who Came to Dinner is coming out next week from Warner Archive and includes a radio version starring Jack Benny as the title character.
I haven't heard that.
That is very funny. Speaking of aging, again, last year was my Jack Benny birthday. I turned 39. Once you turn 39, that's it. You don't age beyond that. If you watch Jack Benny, these are the rules. There you go. Patrick says, thanks for not falling down anymore, Leonard. Thank you, Patrick. P.S. Chuck Norris fact.
He hasn't died.
Hasn't died. He's touring the hereafter to promote the official Chuck Norris fact book volumes 2 and 3. It's true. It is true. The Chuck Norris facts, they will live on forever. As will he. Unfortunately, he went MAGA a few years ago. That was really upsetting, but you know what? Such is life, okay? Nick says he turns 39 at the end of the year. Well, then a very happy almost Jack Benny birthday to you. And James says he just turned 30. Oh, you're a baby, my friend. Welcome to the 30s. It's pretty all right. Nick says, I would love Ryan to do a Disney and Pixar animated film. He'd be great at that. I mean, again, you were starting to say,
there's nothing he can't do.
No, I mean, look, he sings, he dances, he acts, you know, he has a fantastic sense of humor. And
he's made every kind of movie. I think he's touched every genre. Has he made a Western? I don't know.
He's done so many that honestly, there's a solid chance he has, because at this point,
he's a major star who's a very fine actor. He got his street cred early on in his adult career with Half Nelson,
which is such a good movie.
A really good indie film where he plays a hopelessly addicted drug addict. I did not realize he was in 2 episodes of Flash Forward.
Sorry, go on. Sorry. Yes, he's in a movie called Nothing Too Good for a Cowboy. Do I know what that is? No, it was a TV movie in 1998, but technically that's a Western. He was in an episode of Hercules with Kevin Sorbo. That was exciting. And then he played young Hercules in a series, 50 episodes, played young Hercules. It's bonkers, isn't it? It really is. He's so good in Murder by Numbers. Oh, United States of Leland is so upsetting. It's wild to be looking at these movies because you really do go, oh my God, right?
But the thing about him is he's a good looking guy. And but not impossibly good looking.
That's a great, sorry. He's just Ken, okay?
Yeah. Yes. That was a highlight of last year's Oscar show.
Yes.
When he sang. And
I'm Just Ken and was fantastic.
Yeah. But he's relatable.
Yeah.
He could be the boy next door.
Yeah.
And
I see. Doing great, Days. Doing great. I do not want to help you get on top of that. It's not going to end well. She's going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
I haven't shown you Princess and the Pea yet, Days. It's not. She stacked
Daisy.
A whole heap of pillows up, and she's going to try and sit on top of them. No. I see it. No, you can get it, Days. You can. This is.
Noises off.
That's what it is. Hi, Bear. Kevin Maynard wrote for Hercules and Xena. Very funny. They were great shows. I wish Flash Forward was on Disney Plus. All those shows that I grew up with, and there were a ton that were Canadian. In a Heartbeat was great. So many shows that were on that were really wonderful. Nostalgia is one of the most popular themes, and that's why there are these conventions now, nostalgia cons, where you can meet all the people that you grew up watching. And it's so, it's so much fun to see these people and to reminisce with others about the shows that you grew up watching, because they meant a lot to you.
Sure.
And
every generation has that.
Yeah, everybody has their I mean, again, I always talk about my parents meeting Spin and Marty and watching my mother lose her damn mind because it was Tim Considine and she couldn't believe she was seeing him. And even though I'd watched a lot of those shows growing up, it's not the same as whoever your people are. Yeah, I don't know if you're going to be able to sit on all of those pillows. Can you have some ice cream now? You know what? Sure. Yes. Yeah, go for it. Yes. Now she's just staring at me. Things are going well here, folks. I am a youngster. I appreciate it. It was nice to meet you in December as well. No, I don't think 40 is old by a long shot, because in our household, that's just not how we look at things. We watched Kate. Now, I didn't watch that growing up. Most of those I grew up watching are gone now. I know. Well, again, because of what I grew up watching, that's true for me as well. Again, remembering that, how old did my first crush turn the other day? 93, was it? Russ Tamblyn?
I can't remember.
He just turned 90 odd, and Russ Tamblin's my first crush. Let me tell you about the conversations you have with your parents when all of your first crushes are either octogenarians or dead. how many times when we were watching stuff, I was like, "Ooh, I love so and so," and they went, "Yeah,
Fred Astaire,
they're gone." And I was
Ginger
like,
Rogers,
"Oh, I love that person. Yeah, they're dead too."
A or D,
Oh,
she would ask.
dear A, dear A, they dead or alive? That was the big one. And unfortunately, many of them were D. Many of them were long D by the time I was getting to them. But yeah, everybody that I had a crush on, though, again, there were a handful that were still around. Russ Tamblyn was, even when I
Right.
was a kid. Donald O'Connor, massive crush on Donald O'Connor, because how could you not? All those kind of people. I mean, Peter Lawford, when I first saw Peter Lawford
in Good News.
In Good News, because he's gorgeous.
And you got to meet June Allison.
I did.
His leading lady.
That was very exciting. That was very, very exciting. I heard Leonard's thoughts on the Oscars on the Movie Guide, but what were your thoughts? My thoughts. So when we talked about, and we watched the show together, and when it finished, there are things I really loved. Like, I think we can all agree that they did so much better with the In Memoriam piece this year.
Yes.
Like leaps and bounds, so much better, because you could actually see the faces of the people they were honoring. Imagine that. They didn't have a gospel choir in front of them. They didn't even have somebody singing with them, which I prefer, because I don't really care about who's singing. I want to sit and honor the people that are no longer with us. This is one of the last times, for many of them. I'm not talking about your Robert Duvall's. I'm talking about, set designer so-and-so. This is a really special moment, and they should be honored. So I was thrilled that it was actually a good In Memoriam. I know they left a bunch of people out, and after the fact, you always find out a list of them. And there were some shocking ones for sure.
Like Brigitte Bardot.
That's like, that seems a bit strange.
Or even Bud Cort.
Yeah, there's a handful. But that's the thing, is that I feel like they did. Yeah, Robert Carradine. There's a bunch they didn't put in. And it happens every year, but at least as they did honor them this year, it felt like people were being honored, like we're actually taking time to pay attention to this. So for that alone, I thought it was a great show. I thought Conan did a great job. I always think he does a really good job. I think he has a really great balance of being funny, but also kind,
and respectful.
And he seems to be enjoying himself, and I think he's great on his feet too. But yeah, there's no insulting, and I appreciate that a lot. You don't have those awkward moments with some who just sort of like decide to make fun of it. I don't like that. So in general, we thought it was a good show.
Pretty good show.
I thought it was fantastic this year. I always like a year.
And I was glad to have it over with.
Also that too. Yeah. Well, award season.
The award season
happy that
award
award
so
season's
distended
over.
this year.
Every year. Every year. It's
March 15th, means
every year.
4 months of talking about
4.
Well, I'm being generous.
November.
Yeah.
September with Telluride and Venice and all the rest of them. So you got September, October, November, December, January, February, March.
Yeah.
It's a really long time. And the worst part of that, I'll tell you, is that the people who are getting the awards, by the time they get to the Oscars, are kind of exhausted. And it takes away a significant amount
I'm exhausted
of the joy.
And I'm just an onlooker. I'm on the sidelines.
It's just a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Arthur says, I wish there was an extensive tribute for Robert Duvall. He had a body film work that included many classic films. It's true. And again, I'm so pleased that they honored Diane Keaton the way they did. I'm so pleased that they honored, obviously, Robert Redford. They should be. Even, I was going to say Moira Rose, Catherine O'Hara, it's beautiful the way that they honored them. But it is hard because, frankly, I would watch a whole thing of In Memoriam. I would love to just watch all these people be honored because they deserve that. Me, I say, in general, I like the show. My favorite part, quite honestly, is that this was a year that had people winning from all different films. I don't think it's fun when a film sweeps everything. Just to say, if
Yeah.
you've got best actor, best actress, supporting, best film, best director, I think it's really neat that in the 4 actor, supporting, you had 4 different movies.
Right.
You had 4 different movies that
Right.
won. That's great. That's great. That's so much fun that it's 4 different movies. I thought it was really thrilling when Michael B. Jordan won. And I thought he gave an incredible speech. And I love that part of what he did was I loved that he said he knows people are rooting for him. I thought that was beautiful that he said, I can feel that you're rooting for me. Because I feel like that's how a lot of us do feel. He's a really good actor and he's worked for a long time. My dad did not realize, because he never watched Friday Night Lights, how cool it was the end. If you saw after Michael B. Jordan won, he was starting to leave the stage, Jesse Plemons was sitting like diagonally and they waved to each other. Here are these 2 guys who were on this show together as teenagers, really. And now they're both at the Oscars and they're both being honored. Yeah, Days. Amy Madigan winning was my favorite award. She's awesome. Absolutely. Again, like how thrilling was that to see Amy Madigan honored? She's been working forever and she deserves that. And I think that that was really neat, you know? So yeah, so in general, I thought it was a good show.
Yeah.
You know, there's good and
now
bad.
let's move on.
Yeah, right. And now they get to start all over again. My friend Chris.
A, let's move on. B, let's see some good movies this year.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that I was saying, poor Chris, a friend of mine who is a publicist at Warner Brothers, who has been killing himself over all these different films. And this is the first year, this is a big deal for him. First year that a movie he worked on won Best Picture. Mm-hmm. So getting one battle after another, I thought that was pretty great. But he literally finished Oscars and went into Dune 3 for promos. And I was like, Bub, you need to take a nap. This is a lot.
I watched, your mother and I watched a really good documentary this week.
What did you watch?
Megadoc.
Yes. Was that last week?
No,
I don't know time anymore. Go on.
Mike Figgis's really interesting and compelling documentary.
Just don't look. It's better if we just don't look.
About the making of Francis Ford Coppola's Megalopolis. His longtime dream project, in which he sank $120 million of his own money. He sold off part of his wine vineyard in Napa to make this movie, which was an artistic endeavor, never destined to be a box office type of movie, but the process, his process, working with his actors, all of that it touches all the bases. So even if you haven't seen, or maybe especially if you haven't seen Megalopolis, I recommend Megadoc. I paid $3.99.
Oh, did you? Well, there you go. Hi, Logan.
On Prime Video.
Hi, Logan. Speaking of overdue winners, Ed Harris deserves an Oscar. Ed Harris can do anything.
Yeah.
And the fact that he and Amy Madigan are married brings me a great deal of joy, because the amount of talent in that household is ridiculous. Thank you, Logan. Thank you, Logan. Pardon me, Logan. Excuse me. 1 second. Woo, hi. Yes, the Timothy Chalamet of it all. Yes, of course.
Move on. Let's move on.
Let's move on.
I don't want to talk about that anymore.
I know
I don't want to think about that.
I know you don't, but some of us.
Yes.
Kevin watched Weapons a couple days ago and really enjoyed it. Good, I'm glad. Yes, the opera quote and the whole Timothy Chalamet situation. He's dumb.
Moving on.
Matt Booth says, I'm going to see Toe. Well, we just interviewed the director of that film, Stephanie Lang. And
very interesting woman.
Yep. And her episode is up now. You can look it up, Maltin on Movies podcast. She's fascinating. And I love getting to talk to people who, because she's produced and directed and been on the ground She worked with Tracy Ullman a lot, which Tracy Ullman is so insanely talented. It's really, really cool to hear some stories about her. I don't think she got her due. And I wish she was doing more now.
Yeah.
Because she's so damn funny and intelligent.
Brilliant.
I love her.
A brilliant performer.
But yeah, it's a
Brilliant.
good episode. I recommend listening to it. She's a really interesting lady.
There was a Jerry Lewis question there.
Oh, hang on. Yes, I'll go back up for your Jerry Lewis. Ken says it was the birthday of Jerry Lewis this past Monday, day after mine. Happy birthday, Ken. What's your favorite Jerry Lewis solo film? I favor the errand boy, if for nothing else, the chairman of the board pantomime scene.
Yeah, where he pantomimes to Count Basie.
Yes.
Playing Blues and Hoss's Flat. Which even he singled out as maybe his finest moment on screen, finest scene ever. Well, I would go with the errand boy. I like the errand boy and I like the bellboy too. Those are two of my favorites. I like Who's Minding the Store. And when I was a kid, the first time I saw Jerry Lewis was in The Delicate Delinquent. I don't know how that film holds up, but it has the best introduction of Jerry of any of his films, even including the Martin Lewis movies, where it's the cold opening of the movie. A rumble is about to take place in an alleyway, and like Sharks versus Jets type of things before West Side Story. But that's and then Jerry in the alleyway explodes out of a doorway with the cacophony of two garbage cans that he's supposed to empty. I think he's working in the restaurant there. It's a very Jerry moment. It's Jerry
at his Jerryest.
Yeah, he's causing chaos.
Yeah,
he's causing a chaotic moment. It's very Jerry.
Yeah. Yes, my dad's favorite film of the year was One Battle. I will say that my favorite Jerry Lewis ever, like my favorite Jerry Lewis moment ever, is him on the Andy Williams show. Because, and I didn't know until I saw this, because he's playing big and he plays, crazy, goofy, whatever. I didn't realize he can sing. He can actually sing, and he can really dance.
Yep. And he can play drums.
And he's so talented. And so what's really cool about watching that episode is, even though what he's doing is funny, even though he's teasing, they sing, I think it's Moon River. And they're doing it together, and it's very funny. But Jerry, as he's joking about doing all of these, moves, is so good. He's so talented. And I just think, I never knew. Hi, Andy. My father-in-law is here. Hi, Andy.
We miss you too.
Yeah. I also love Who's Minding the Store, especially the vacuum cleaner finale. Yes. Yeah, no, and Nick is saying he played a lounge singer in The Nutty Professor. For sure, he's done stuff, but yeah, it's different to see him, especially, he's younger in this as well, but I just had no idea he could do that. And so seeing him do that while being funny, also he keeps cracking Andy Williams. Andy Williams is very much the straight man next to that, and he is just... So go get water, crazy pants. You're going to steal my water.
Yeah, I'll give it back.
Okay. Movie-wise, sorry, but it's a movie with Jerry Lewis in it as opposed to a Jerry Lewis movie, of course, is The King of Comedy. The scene where Rupert goes to Jerry's house uninvited.
Yeah. It's
hilarious.
No, it's frightening.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Yeah.
A knife edge between funny and creepy.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Daisy.
Oh, God. I asked you guys what you were watching that you were enjoying. Robin saw Project Hail Mary and liked that a lot. Oh man, is Cradle Will Rock in 151 movies?
No, I don't think so.
Wow. Okay, Cradle Will Rock is one of my favorite movies ever. We should check because I would think that I would have made you put that in there, but if you didn't, we're putting it in. Cradle Will Rock is one of my favorite movies ever made. I think it is fantastic. The cast is insane. It is a ridiculous cast. So many talented people. And I got to meet Tim Robbins a few years ago. I've only gotten to do that once. And I just went over to him and I just was like, I gushed. And I told him especially that I love Cradle Will Rock. It's fantastic. I wonder if it's streaming. Now I'm thinking about things. Well, if this person saw it, though, maybe they did. Jason. Oh, Jason. Wow. Now I'm wondering things. I will, Andy. I will tell Daisy that you are giving her big love. She's currently jumping on the couch. And you know what? We just keep saying, as long as she's quiet and content, we're going to let her do that. Let's see. Matt is continuing his Hitchcock. He's watching a lot of Hitchcock, and he watched Lifeboat. So good. So good.
Lifeboat is another unique Alfred Hitchcock movie. So many of his films are uniquely his, you know, they wouldn't exist or you wouldn't care about them if they wouldn't have gotten made had he not pursued the making of them. Lifeboat was made at 20th Century Fox during the war, 1944, I think. And Tallulah Bankhead leads the cast. John Hodiak, William Bendix,
Days.
Walter Slezak.
Just be careful.
And it's just a really compelling movie.
Yes, of course. Remember the Hitchcock cameo. It's one of the best cameos ever. Yeah. I won't say it if somebody hasn't seen it. Even though I realize a spoiler on a movie that old, man, but right. You have to see it. It's so good and it's so funny. I say funny. It is funny, I think. Second best Hitchcock, like an episode of Twilight Zone. It's so good. It's one of the first Hitchcocks I ever saw. It's one I saw very early, and it really, really took me. It's something that stuck with me.
Mary Anderson is the ingenue in the movie. And she's one of the ones that got away that I never got to interview. I met her. Yeah. But I didn't successfully pursue an interview with her. She was married to a great cameraman, Leon Shamroy. And oh dear.
We're just watching her nearly kill herself repeatedly. It's fine. It's all fine.
She's not happy until she hits herself and then
you'll hear, ah! But we haven't heard it yet. So, We're 47 minutes in. That's solid.
Yeah.
David says, love your accessibility, Leonard. As a movie critic, you were third only to Siskel and Ebert. That's not meant to be a slight. In a field of millions who blog, you were top tier, and I followed you three religiously. Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Fun fact, I found this out the other day. There's a mom that I met at gymnastics, and she was trying to find me on Instagram. And she remembered that Daisy's coach is a huge fan of my dad's. Huge fan, which is awesome. And she remembered talking about that. And so she Googled famous film critics. You're number 2.
Ooh. To Roger.
Which is why I said, one was Roger, right? And she goes, I don't know. I said, it was Roger.
Every now and then I get a phone call at Entertainment Tonight. Through the Paramount switchboard.
Yeah.
And somebody would pitch something to me. I was once offered a Red Lobster commercial.
I'm still mad you didn't do it. I'm still mad you didn't do that commercial.
And if I was in the right mood, I would say, so Roger turned you down?
We'd say that on the phone on occasion, and people would just be really silent. And I was like, that means yes. If they're not answering me, it means yes. There you go. You always know a movie is worth watching if the spoilers actually make you want to see it more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ken is asking, what is your favorite movie quote? His favorite is from Dirty Harry Magnum Force. A man's got to know his limitations. Well, I know what your favorite quote is.
Yeah. I was misinformed.
I was misinformed. That's his favorite.
Casablanca, my favorite movie.
Mm-hmm.
I even have a sampler pillow that says I was misinformed, which I purchased at the Warner Brothers store. I'm still in mourning for the Warner Brothers store's demise.
We'll be in the morning. We'll be in the morning. We'll be mourning forever because we loved them. Honestly, it's probably The Birdcage, the entire movie, because I can quote it backwards and forwards, and I think it is hysterically funny. But there's so many that would just make us laugh. There's just so many good ones. And it's, again, anything that makes you smile is pretty much it. I love anytime I can make my parents laugh. And when I first started doing the Randolph Scott line,
oh yeah, well,
they were thrilled with that.
From Blazing Saddles,
they were thrilled with that one. Similarly,
we never say his name without singing it.
No, Randolph Scott. You have to say it like that. Yeah. I think the other one where you actually look like you might cry with pride was when we saw A Home on the Range. Mm-hmm. Is this the end of Rico?
Yes.
And I got that line, and my dad just looked at me and was like, I've done it. I raised a child the way I needed to raise a child. And I was like, thank you. Thank you, Daddy. Did you see Hanks's Birdcage 30th anniversary video tribute for the film? I did not. And now I am intrigued. So I thank you for that. 1 second.
I'm shocked that there's gambling going. Yes. So many wonderful lines. It's why it has everything. That movie has everything.
Mm-hmm. It's so funny and it's so intelligent. And I say funny is there are so many moments in it that are so funny, but because it has all of these different emotions, I feel like it's the kind of thing that you don't even necessarily realize the jokes until after.
Yeah.
You know, because obviously it's not a comedy, you know, but there are things in it that are just so damn funny. So damn funny. I'm trying to think of what else we've been watching. Oh, so I watched the first season of The Man in the High Castle and I loved it. And it's a few years old, but I just wanted to see it. And it was great. And then season 2 began and it just went to hell. And I'm so sad about it because I'm looking for a show to watch right now because a bunch of the shows I like have just ended. And I was so sad. Season 2 started and I went, no, what are we doing? Why are we doing this?
I read a recommendation of Portobello, the Italian 6-part show that's on Netflix. And we watched episode 1. Just didn't do it for me.
Didn't do it for you?
No, no.
Last night I watched the first episode of The Lady on BritBox, which is the new series about the dresser to Sarah Ferguson, who there was a whole crime, is a whole thing. It's cheesy and kind of ridiculous, but I like that and I enjoy that. So I was excited that was happening. As I say, you know, there's new stuff all the time and you just try to keep up with it. And you see if you actually want to watch more of it.
Well, we just started 2 days ago watching The Pit.
Yeah.
From season 1, episode 1. And I thought it was 12 episodes. So we watched 3 last night in a row.
Is 15.
It's 15.
Is 15 of them. But really, you can just keep watching. You really can just keep watching it. It's,
talk about compelling.
So good. It's so
compelling
good.
Viewing. Wow.
Man.
Wow.
Again, though, you know who gives every week that I liked the show Chicago Med, and Steven Weber is just so talented. Yes. Okay. We're almost done and then we can help you. She said she wants to make a cozy spot, but it's not working. I hear you, crazy pants. You know what, honey? You have 6 minutes. I believe in you.
No, it's not working.
Okay. We'll figure it out. Don't worry. We'll figure it out. Anyway, Steven Weber is so talented. And every week I'm always amazed I can help you soon, monkey. I promise. Yeah, right, Nick. Better hurry. Yeah, it's. I watched that, which I did like. By the way, she's naked, which is adding to the humor of this. She when she's home, she's usually naked. And now she's just running like a crazy person. D says he had his Google on speed dial for terminology on the pit. Yeah, I mean, it's so good. I just watched an interview with Sean Hattasey the other day, and they were asking, how he does with it. He's like, oh, I have the hardest time. He was explaining he has a really difficult time doing it. I just started watching a show this morning on Disney Plus, The Memory of a Murder. Is that what it's called? It's Patrick Dempsey. And it's very good so far. I like it so far. Again, I'm just happy that there's a show I can watch. I tried to start watching a different show, but it has dogs on it, and our dogs lose their goddamn minds when dogs are on TV. No, you know what's really funny? Victoria says she's going to hate modesty. It's very funny. She doesn't want anybody outside of her family to see her naked. But when she's with her family, totally naked all the time. Hi, CJ. Hi, friend. How are you? 1 second. Let me get this.
Don't worry, Mother. Right. This is only temporary.
Yeah. Memory of a Killer is the show that I just started, and it just started. The new episode's going to be on tomorrow. But yeah, I thought it was really good so far. So we'll see. I hope it stays.
And on weekends, you can go to Tulsa. There's an approximation of the line from The Awful Truth.
There you go. Do you know what's really awful? Is the second season of Hijack, which should never have existed.
No.
Did you try it?
Yeah.
Horrific. Why would you do that?
We bailed after.
Why on earth?
I wanted to quit after episode 1.
Yeah, same.
We went to episode 2. Just give it a shot.
I got to 4. I got to 4 of them.
Oh.
And I was like, this is...
an hour you'll never get back.
I was like, this is awful. This is actually an awful show. I don't understand. You're surprised that I gave a shout out to a network show. I like network shows. There's just not a lot of them I watch anymore.
One that we have liked from the beginning is Abbott Elementary.
Yeah.
They jumped the shark.
Oh, well.
Watched the latest episodes and it's gone.
Yeah, that sucks.
The mojo is gone.
That sucks. It's so unfortunate. As I say, there was a handful of shows that we really liked, that we have liked recently. And it's so tough because, and this is where I do think the Brits are smart. They end series.
Yeah.
Even if they're still good and people love them, they end them. And as much as you can miss something, it's better to do that than to keep something going that is just going to be terrible. And I can't count how many shows I watched and loved that have just gone. Oh, yes. Victoria was saying she's having Gilded Age withdrawals. My parents love that show.
We love seeing all the Broadway performers who are in it.
Yeah.
Nathan Lane.
Others.
One who's in The Birdcage, the one you love so much.
Christine Baranski.
Etc. Cynthia Nixon, etc. Just Deborah Monk, Brian Stokes Mitchell.
Yeah, Brian Stokes Mitchell. Brian Stokes Mitchell will always be magic.
Nathan Lane.
Yeah. The Simpsons. JJ is saying The Simpsons has been on long enough. I say good for them. I don't really watch it anymore. I watched it religiously for years, and now it's kind of like, but at the same time, you wish success for people, so fine.
His mother likes Will Trent.
I know. I used to watch Will Trent, and then it just got awful, so I stopped. I'm trying to, so I watch stuff like I watch Sheriff Country, I watch Fire Country, I watch Chicago Med, I watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills because I went to school with a bunch of their kids, and so it's really funny to watch that. There used to be more shows on that I liked, and then there just aren't as many anymore. And so many shows are streaming.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What have you got? Chaplin's Mutual Comedies, 1916, 1917.
A glorious year of movie making. 12 two-reel comedies, two reels running about 20 minutes each.
Do you still watch Shrinking?
No, I never got into that.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I've never watched Shrinking.
We tried.
Mm-hmm.
It just didn't do it for us.
Yeah.
But these 12 comedies, this is foundational stuff, folks. Made in 1916 and 1917 for the Mutual Film Company. And it's taken years, decades even, to get really, really great copies of them.
Mm-hmm.
The print, I even had 8mm copies of from Black Hawk Films.
Yeah, of course.
And they were always very watchable, not bad condition, but surely somewhere there had to be original negatives. Well, it's happened. Serge Bromberg and
bless you, Serge.
Eric Lang.
Bless you, Serge.
Worked with the Cineteca di Bologna, which has the Chaplin Archive.
Yep.
The total Chaplin Archive, not all of his papers and all that stuff.
Someday I want to go to Switzerland.
Yeah.
Someday.
Oh yeah, I'd love to go to the
Someday
mansion,
I want to go to Switzerland.
Chaplin's World in Vevey, Switzerland. Yeah.
One day. One day, damn it.
Yeah. Anyway, I haven't had a chance to crack this open yet, but I'm sure I'm going to be pleased.
Yeah. Patrick's saying, I'm not sure whether the following are still being first run or not. King of the Hill, Family Guy, American Dad. I love Family Guy. I love American Dad. The reboot King of the Hill that they did, I did not like. I really wanted to, because I think I love that show. It's so good. But yeah, the rebooted version did not do it for me. I've not watched Virgin River. I like escapism. And I'm okay with that. If it's dumb, I'm okay with that. If it's silly, I don't care. I'm okay with that if it's serious. I just want to be swept away. My husband loves Black Mirror, and we watch a lot of that together when there's new episodes. And there's so many interesting ones. And because it's not, there aren't episodes, it's not a storyline that goes through the episodes. Each episode can stand on its own. There are some that more than others they're just fantastic. And I love that. So it's really fun. Can we see the new book? I don't know if we have one over here on this side of the house.
We had one for a long time.
I don't know.
I don't
know. Things move a lot here.
I meant to bring down the collectible in the kitchen that Daisy wants to open, but I'll do it next week.
Oh no, we showed that when we got it.
Did we?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the Vincent Price.
Because I had 3 people send me messages asking for links to it to buy for themselves.
Okay.
Which I happily obliged. Someone's, I'm going to start The Closer. I hear that one was great.
It's a good show.
We loved The Closer. My mom and I watched it religiously. It was so good. Yeah, Days. Oh, that was it. She said my name and moved on. Real life is becoming Black Mirror, so I have trouble watching it now. I get that. I do get that. There's a lot of stuff that I think has that, where you kind of, again, it's my mom and I, it's like when you read a description, it's like in a dystopian future, and you go, I don't need that. I don't need to watch that right now. I want to watch something else completely. We watch a lot of period stuff, take me back to 18, 16, 14, whatever. Take me there, take me away. I love that.
We watch 1960s game shows like Password.
They do, yeah. They love that. Their YouTube is very funny, because I'm pretty sure if you were to try to figure it out, you would assume that they only know that the 50s and 60s exist. They never move beyond that point, which is really okay, I think, in terms of that entertainment. But yeah.
This just in. UCLA Film and Television Archive is starting to post footage on its website. And it's also on YouTube. They have a YouTube channel. And this week, I think it was this past week, they posted home movies by a woman I've never heard of. I did a little snooping and found out that it was Sylvia Ashley's sister. Lady Sylvia Ashley was Douglas Fairbanks' third wife after Mary Pickford.
How many did he have?
3, I think.
Okay.
And so there's home movie Kodacolor footage of Doug Senior, Doug Junior, Marlene Dietrich, a lot of others, Norma Shearer, a lot of other stars. And it's interesting on two levels. One is it's just really interesting to see these people at all. But as the Academy discovered when it was pursuing Hollywood home movies, their home movies are just like my family's home movies when I was growing up. It's not like home video. Home movies are like people staring awkwardly at the camera.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Not knowing what to do exactly. And but when Douglas Fairbanks is the one staring at the camera, not knowing what to do.
It's a little better.
Yeah.
It's a little better. Arthur's asking if you watch You Bet Your Life, NBC, and What's My Line. Those are two of their favorites.
Yep.
They're on all the time. All the time.
I always say, tell them Groucho sent you.
Yes. There's another quote that comes up a lot. Ryan saying, I've been to the UCLA archive twice. I love that they have several episodes of the Mickey Mouse Club and other 1950s shows. They're all days. You got there. Well, there they are.
This is your last chance to beat the other couples.
There you go. Oh, man. We are here next week. We will see you next week. Everybody, please take good care of yourselves. I'm going to go handle that thing over there. She didn't break anything.
No, including herself.
Yeah. So I'm going to call that a win. Take good care of yourselves. Most importantly,
be kind.
Be kind.